So tonight's game we've got the Gamma Waves and we've got the Panic ripping the city. So we'll show you the board and the teams and get started. So tactics cards for the Brotherhood, we've got Magnetic Crush, we've got Magnetic Refraction, we're running Books of Truth, Asteroid M, and of course my favorite, Heavy Ordnance. Defenders are going to be running Seeing Red, Advanced R&D, Battle Lust, Drop Off, and 7 Sins of Sinibus. So we are deployed. I've got the Brotherhood of Mutants over here. We've got Mystique, we've got Winter Soldier, Magneto, and Valkyrie filling in. So the Defenders are deployed. We have Daredevil, we've got Wonger the Donger, and we've got Doctor Strange, and over here, way off on the flank, we've got Wolverine. So our board, we have 3 Gamma tokens here in the middle. Victory points would be for, say, the Brotherhood. It would be 1, 2, and 3. And for the Defenders, it would be 1, 2, and 3. We have 4 civilian tokens out on the board. We have 1 over here, 1 over there, and 1 over there, and 1 over there, a total of 4. Each worth 1 point when you pick them up. You can also spend 6 power to evacuate them to score a quick 2 points. Magneto, the man, will go ahead and activate first, do a double move action. Defenders will activate next. Long Duck Wong is going to go first. He'll just do a move action to get to one of those objective markers. So Mystique went ahead, extracted the civilian, and then she's going to move again and try to get in range of that middle one. And that concludes Mystique's activation. Brotherhood will activate next. Mystique, she's the only long-range character they have, so she'll use her long movement to get up to those civilians and hopefully get over in range of the Gamma tokens. So Defenders activate next. Daredevil will probably do a similar move. He also goes long. He'll go up there, get the civilian, and try to make his way over here for some close to those Gamma shelters. So Daredevil did his double move. He moved up, he grabbed a civilian, he moved over, and now he is contesting that middle Gamma shelter. Winter Soldier will activate next. He's going to try to do a move action, putting him hopefully in range of Daredevil way over there. He might have the range for it. Winter Soldier does have the range. He'll take a assault rifle shot there at Daredevil. Okay, so attack was resolved. Winter Soldier scored 2 hits on Daredevil, but Daredevil blocked all 3 of them. Daredevil does get the bleed condition. Unfortunately for Winter Soldier, he did not roll any actual hits. He just rolled crits in his dice roll pool, so he does not trigger rapid fire. And he's activated. Okay, Magneto's going to activate next. He'll just do a move action, and then we'll see what kind of range he has. Okay, so Doctor Strange activated. He moved. Unfortunately, he won't be able to attack Mystique this round because she has stealth, which means anybody who attacks her must be within range of 3. He's just outside of that, so he'll probably do 1 more move action in his activation. So Doctor Strange's activation ends. He'll end right there. So Valkyrie will activate next, and she's going to do a move action and try to climb and get that civilian right there. So her second activation, she moved, then she climbed for her second activation. Now she's going to pick up her civilian for 1 power. So Defender's last man up will be Wolverine. He'll just do a move action and try to get that civilian. So Wolverine did his double move action, picked up the civilian, and he will end his activation right in the alley. Okay, so scoring at the end of round 1, we have the Defenders with 5 and the Brotherhood with 3. We got, let's see, each side had 2 civilians apiece for 2 points, and the Defenders are securing this middle one for 2 points plus 1 point, and the Brotherhood only securing this one over here for 1 point. Wounds were given out because you have to be within range 2 of each one of those gamma shelters. So Winter Soldier took a wound, as did Valkyrie, Wolverine, and I think that was it. And that is the end of round 1. So start of round 2, Brotherhood is definitely trailing here. Let's take a look at the board. So state of the board, Magneto did place his second metal construct right over there to Doctor Strange, giving him 3 power for this round. We give it the wounds to the ones that weren't within range 2 of the Gamma shelters. Wolverine still hanging out there in the alleyway, Valkyrie on the roof, and let's get this thing going. So the defenders have the first activation. Okay, so here's the thinking. I'm thinking that Daredevil goes first for defenders. He does the strike. He does the baton hook first, trying to push Magneto closer to him to do the strike. And he's hoping for a while in the strike because stun, although not a great condition, is really bad for Magneto because it means Magneto is not drawing those 3 power every round for having these metal constructs, so he can only get 1 power. So I think that's what we're going to do. Daredevil's going to go ahead and try to baton hook him. So the first attack for Daredevil did attack Magneto. He got what he needed to do the push towards. Unfortunately, placing, but it's only a small movement tool, and putting it with Magneto's base, the rules say that you can't. The character's base can't pass either arm of the movement tool, so it didn't really move Magneto. So the second action then, and Magneto blocked all the hits anyway, other hits. So Daredevil just used his second activation to shake off that bleed token. So Magneto moved so he can use reverse polarity on Daredevil. The attack was successful. Daredevil took 2 wounds on that, thanks in part to Magneto's reverse polarity. When he's within range 2 of the target character, he can re-roll his attack dice, and it came in very handy because the first roll he did, he whiffed completely with the re-rolls, and Daredevil only blocking so many, he did score 2 wounds on the Daredevil. Wolverine will activate next. He's going to just go ahead and do a double move action back around here to hopefully get in position to eventually secure this token over here. So Valkyrie activates next. She's going to walk and get off the pawn shop and hopefully get in range of this Gamma shelter. If she can, she'll take a shot at Wolverine. So Valkyrie is not in range of Wolverine. She's going to go ahead and forego her second action and go ahead and just park it right there. So Wong is going to meditate for one of his actions to get back a power. So now Wong has the power to go ahead and do his blessing. He's going to take 2 wounds off of the Daredevil. So Brotherhood's going to activate next. I think Mystique's going to go next. She's going to go ahead and see if she can get up there and take a shot at Wong. So Mystique's attack was the pistol. She scored some hits, but Wong blocked them. She scored what she needed to trigger the rapid shot for an additional free attack, and Wong blocked all of those too. So there we stand. Wong took no wounds in that attack. So the logical move here is for defenders to activate next, and they're going to go ahead and have Doctor Strange attack Magneto twice. The first attack will be Bolts of Bedevilment. Well, the first attack went very well in Magneto, scoring 3 wounds. Even despite the fact that Magneto was using his force projection, so he spent power to up his defense dice total to 6. But even with all that, he kind of whiffed and took on 3 wounds. So Doctor Strange will definitely do his Crimson Bands here. He has the power to do it after that last attack. So the attack was successful. Magneto will pick up a stagger, even though he blocked all of the actual hits. So Winter Soldier will activate next for the Brotherhood. I'm thinking he should move, get closer to that Gamma shelter. He can't afford to be taking all these wounds. If he has the range, he'll take a shot at somebody out there. So Winter Soldier took a shot at Wolverine. He was successful in getting 1 wound on Wolverine, and he also triggered the bleed condition. So after the cleanup phase here at the end of round 2, it is right now 6 for the Brotherhood and 9 for the Defenders. So Defenders definitely winning the positioning war out here. We'll see how it happens. Round 3 will begin with the Brotherhood activation. So start of round 3, the Brotherhood will activate first. So Magneto is going to activate first. He has to use his first action to shake off that stagger, and then we'll talk about his second action. So with Magneto's second action, he's going to go ahead and play Magnetic Crush. He had the power to play it, so here we go. The attack was devastating. So Magneto did score 7 hits with that attack. Strange only blocked 1. He is now dazed. Now Strange does have the ability, he has the Eye of Agamotto to get a free reroll, and he can modify skulls, but even with that, he still whiffed, and now he is dazed. And finally, Daredevil also picked up a wound just for being in range 2 of the attack. After thinking about it, I think that the best move for defenders is to have Wong take 2 attacks on Mystique. He is still within range of 3 of Doctor Strange, so he'll get to add some defense if Mystique counters on him. That's what we're going to do. Wong did do his job. He scored 2 wounds on Mystique with the first attack scored the 2 wounds. The second one was a complete whiff because she blocked all of them, but 2 wounds, not too shabby for the Wonger. So at first, I was going to have Winter Soldier activate for for the Brotherhood, take a shot at Wolverine, but I'm thinking the better move might be to go ahead and have Mystique take her 2 attacks against Wong and see if she can daze him. Wow, what a crazy activation. So Mystique went ahead, attacked Wong with her first action, a pistol. She got the rapid, she scored for the rapid, so she got all the wounds she needed on the first attack. Dazed Wong. Then on the second action, she took a pistol strike at Daredevil, scored 2 hits, 2 hits. He didn't block any of them. He got 2 wounds. Wow, that was an incredible round for her. So I thought Daredevil was the next logical activation, but he's got to be in range 2 of Mystique to really kick in a lot of the stuff that he does. So I'm thinking maybe Wolverine should go, and let's see what happens over here. So Wolverine does not have enough power. He only has 2 power on him. He needs 3 to do either the barrage or the best of what I can do. So it leaves him with his slash, but he's got to be in range 2, and he's not in range 2. He's got to burn a move action and then slash her, which means he can't shake off that bleed condition this round. So Wolverine was very successful on Valkyrie. He was able to score 5 wounds. He had Pierce, and which changes one of her shields to a blank, and she didn't score that well in her defense anyways, so she's dazed. And so what happened was, after that happened, the Winter Soldier activated his paid 2 power to do Got Your Back, took a pot shot at Wolverine, but whiffed on that attack. So Winter Soldier will activate next. He's going to ignore Wolverine and go for Daredevil, because Daredevil does have, I think he has 3 wounds on him already. So if he can score 2 wounds, he might be able to daze a Daredevil. So Winter Soldier did get a wound on Daredevil and trigger the bleed condition on the first attack. So he's got 1 more attack coming. So Winter Soldier's second attack, Daredevil blocked all the hits, and that's where we stand right there. So Daredevil will activate for Defenders next. He's got 4 wounds on him already. 1 more, he gets dazed. He's got the bleed condition, so at the end of his activation, he'll daze, which means Magneto will score that point. They don't want to give it to him, so he's going to go ahead with his first action and shake off the bleed. And the second action, I guess he's going to take a shot at Mystique. So Daredevil was not successful in scoring any wounds on Mystique. She blocked all the hits, but he did trigger the pull. So moving her away from that objective token was actually pretty cool. The Brotherhood won't be able to score those 3 points this turn. So end of round 3 recap. I did forget that Valkyrie, when she was dazed, she had to drop that civilian token, so she won't score it this round. Let's go add up the score and see where we stand. So Defenders picked up 2 points for the 2 civilians they held. The Brotherhood holds 1 civilian for 1 point. And as far as the Gamma Shelters, well, Wong was dazed. She was pushed away from. Nobody scores this one. This one was contested between Daredevil and Magneto. Doctor Strange was dazed. And this one over here was contested by Wolverine and Winter Soldier because Valkyrie was dazed at the time. So defenders currently are winning 11-7 as we begin to go into round 4 here. Not looking good for the Brotherhood. So start of round 4, the defenders are definitely creeping ahead. Let's see what happens. So defenders have the first activation this round, and they're going to activate Wolverine. Now he is already carrying a civilian already, so he can't pick up this one as is. But this scenario does have a rule that a player can spend 6 power to evacuate a citizen they're already holding to score 2 points. Wolverine has enough power to do it. He'll spend the 6 power to evacuate the one he's holding, so he can spend another power to pick up that one. So Wolverine spent the 6, he evacuated the civilian he had, and then he went ahead and spent another power to pick up the one that Valkyrie dropped when she got dazed last round. So now he's holding a new civilian. So Wolverine's first slash on Valkyrie didn't go so well. He only scored like 1 hit, didn't trigger bleed or didn't trigger pierce, and she blocked it. The second attack, though, he did very well. He did score scored 3 wounds on her. He did trigger pierce. He did trigger bleed on her, which was a good move for him, and that's the end of his activation. So Magneto is going to do Fatal Attraction, spend the power, and he's going to throw that tree at Wong. So this tree was thrown at Wong. Now that's a size 2 plus 1 for 3, and Wong did roll his 3 dodge dice because he gets a plus 1 defense dice for because he's within range of 3 of Doctor Strange. He rolled 3 wilds. He actually blocked it. So Magneto used his first attack to go after Daredevil, and he dazed him. That reverse polarity is really nasty up close. It allowed him to re-roll his defense dice because Daredevil was within range 2 of him. So Magneto did his base attack on Doctor Strange with his last activation this turn. Went pretty well for him. He scored a bunch of hits. He did 3 wounds on Doctor Strange, mainly because Strange only had 1 power at the start of the attack, and he couldn't trigger his special ability to add defensive dice to his rolls. But even with whatever he has, 3 wounds go through, and that's the end of that activation. So Wong is going to activate. I think he's going to do his Faithful Assistant, and I think he's going to do his Blessing to see if he can buff Doctor Strange and heal him up a little bit. So Wong did his Blessing, he did his Faithful Assistant, paid the power for that, and now he's going to do his last action to take 1 pot shot at Mystique. So Wong did get a wound on Mystique, so chipping away at her. She's got 3 wounds, I believe, right now, so 2 more wounds and she's dazed. So the Brotherhood will activate next, and Mystique's going to have to move a little closer to the objective to try to hopefully get the chance to score it, and then take a shot at Wong. She's going to hope she has the roll of her life to daze him. So Mystique did move, because she wants to have at least block Wong from scoring, if nothing else. She attacked him with her remaining action. She used her Sabotage. Unfortunately, she did score 3 wounds on him, but not enough to daze him. And that's her turn. She did play that Tactics card, Books of Truth, to modify her dice a little bit. But even with that, she only scored 3 wounds on Wong, so he's still alive. So Doctor Strange is going to go ahead and activate next. He's going to move and play the card Battle Lust. So in a very aggressive move, Doctor Strange moving, playing the Battle Lust, and doing his Crimson Bands of whatever that is. He really nailed, he scored 4 wounds on Winter Soldier. He had 1 already for 5. He's now dazed. And he would have got the Mystic Binding too, but he doesn't need it because he's already dazed. So Valkyrie's the last one to activate for the Brotherhood, and she's probably just going to do her Dragon Fang attack on Wolverine. She's got plenty of power to do it, and she's going to hope that maybe with 2 attacks she can get lucky and daze him. Wow, Valkyrie had the roll of her life. She got 7 hits on Wolverine on that first Dragon Fang attack. Let's see how he defends it. Valkyrie had the absolute roll of her life twice in a row. So she did her Dragon Fang attack first. And she scored a bunch of hits. I think she wounded him 5 wounds with her in the first attack. Then she triggered the flurry, which gave her a strike attack after that. Then she triggered, I think it was 4 hits on the strike. Wolverine blocked only one of them. She gave him like 8 wounds in just one attack. Wow. And he is now dazed. So Valkyrie's on a major hot streak. So Wolverine dropped the civilian he was carrying. She picked it up for her power. And now she's going to charge Doctor Strange and see if this hot streak continues. On second thought, Strange is in range 2 of her already. She'll straight out attacking. So here we go. She's going to Dragon Fang Strange. She's also paid the power for Warrior of Legend. Let's see what happens. So Valkyrie did cool off a little bit. She rolled her dice. Even with Warrior of Legend, she rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on Strange. Did not trigger the flurry, though, on that. Strange is going to play his leadership ability to change her. He spent the 1 power to change her physical attack into a purple attack, a mystic attack. So as a result of all that, Strange now has 3 wounds on him. Because Valkyrie did not shake off the bleed, she's going to take on an extra wound, putting her at 4. She's only 1 wound away from getting knocked out herself, but she thought it was worth to go on the offensive, and that's where we stand. I forgot to mention that Valkyrie does get a consolation prize. She did trigger the bleed special condition on Doctor Strange. So just summarizing the scoring situation here in the cleanup phase for round 4. Civilian tokens. The Defenders had 2 of them. So the Defenders had 1 and the Brotherhood had 2. And then as far as the Gamma Ray shelters out here, they're both contesting it. Nothing scored there. Magneto will score this one for 2 for the Brotherhood, and Valkyrie will score this one for 1. So the Brotherhood have closed the gap. I guess in hindsight, Magneto probably should have stayed back over here to contest this, but what are you going to do? So right now the score is Brotherhood has 12, Defenders have 14, so the gap is closed. Small correction, when Daredevil was dazed earlier in the round with the first activation with, let's see, Magneto, boom, boom. When Magneto activated and dazed him, this should have been dropped. And I believe that the Defenders had the first activation this round. So we'll leave it for now, but I took away the point from the Defenders. So actually the game's a lot closer. It's going to be 13 Defenders, 12 Brotherhood. So, round 5, the Brotherhood will be activating first. So, all things being considered, Magneto really should activate first because he can pick up that civilian and take a shot at Daredevil. Last in round 4, when Daredevil was dazed, that token should have been placed there as opposed to over there. So, I made that minor correction. So, Magneto's going to go ahead and play Magnetic Refraction this round, pay the cost for that. Then he's going to go ahead and take some shots over here at Daredevil. So Magneto did do 3 wounds on Daredevil. Daredevil used his counter thing. He has Hell's Kitchen, so he got a free. Or he made a stun attack back. Not stun attack. It's the strike. Now Magneto blocked all of the hits Daredevil scored, but Daredevil did roll a wild which triggered the stun on Magneto. Magneto has his second action right now. So after Magneto's second attack on Daredevil, he scored 2 more wounds on him. Daredevil has 5 wounds total, but he has 6 health, so Daredevil just hanging on with 1 health left. So Wong's going to activate next. He'll do his first action to do the blessing to remove 2 wounds off him. Then he'll take a shot at Mystique. So Wong did his job. He did score 2 wounds on Mystique, and that's all he needed to daze her. And yeah, she dropped her civilian token. So yeah, that's it. Valkyrie will activate next. She's going to go ahead and take some shots here at Doctor Strange. So Valkyrie did a shake action to get rid of the bleed. She attacked Strange with Dragon Fang. She only scored 2 hits. He blocked all of them because he used he has a power there that he can spend power to add defensive dice to his roll. So he blocked everything. She didn't roll what she needed to trigger the flurry. She didn't roll any wilds on that, so that's how her activation ends. Doctor Strange will activate next for the Defenders. He's going to try and take out the Winter Soldier. So Strange did cause 5 wounds on Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier's hanging on with 1 wound left. So with the power that Strange got back from those wounds he caused on Winter Soldier, he was able to pay for his Othor's refuge and spending 3 power to go ahead and heal himself. And now he's going to attack Winter Soldier one more time and finish him off. So Doctor Strange did roll for his bolts of bedevilment, and believe it or not, he whiffed on almost all of them. So he used his superpower to, which allows him once per turn, he spend power to re-roll, or I'm sorry, he doesn't spend for that. It's the Eye of Agamotto. He re-rolled all of his attack dice. Now he scored the hits he needed, and he scored like 5 hits. Winter Soldier only had 3 dice to defend with, so he is now out. And Doctor Strange has finished his turn. Defenders are kind of, I'm sorry, not defenders. The Brotherhood is kind of running low on options here. I guess Valkyrie is going to go ahead and take a couple attacks on Wolverine, and his card has been flipped. He has 5 health left, so she might knock him out of the game. Let's see. So Valkyrie did her job. She scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits on Wolverine with her Dragon Fury, and he didn't block any of them, and he only had 5 health, so he's done. She did trigger the strike, but she won't need it because he's already done, so he comes out. So Valkyrie has 1 action left. She's going to take a shot at Doctor Strange. It's going to have to be her basic attack because she's out of power. Now, I believe this terrain piece, or this that Magneto dropped earlier, is size 2. So, and Doctor Strange is size 2. I believe he'll get some cover from that. So she only scored 2 hits. So even without the cover, Strange had plenty to block it. He re-rolled his defense dice and scored 2 blocks anyways. So there you go. She's done. As a note, that token was left over from the last round. It wasn't removed, so just disregard it. It's going to be placed now. Now she's finished her activation. So Daredevil has the last activation for this round. I don't think it's worth him attacking Magneto even twice. Magneto has he has that 1 card he played for cover. I just don't think it's worth it. I think he's better off moving. He moves along and trying to kill off the Valkyrie and scoring those 3 points down there. So Daredevil did score enough on that attack. He scored, I think it was like 5 hits. I think she didn't block any of them. So she's gone. She has been KO'd. And he would have pushed her anyways out of there. So if she had survived, he had a push coming. So that's where we stand right now. So I'm going to remove her. She's done. And she also drops her civilian token. So heading into the cleanup phase here for round 5, it is done. The defenders have won this one. They're going to score. There was no points scored for civilians. Now the Brotherhood scored 1 for this 1 civilian they had. Other 2 were out here on the board that were dropped. There's let's see. Wong will score this objective token for 1, and Daredevil gets this one for 3. That's 4 points. Magneto gets this one for 2, but as you can see, the final score is going to be, I think, Defenders 17 and the Brotherhood 15. So close game, but that's just the way it goes. Sorry, Magneto.